Hey everybody, welcome back to Moon Prism Studios. Today we're going to take a look at the newly released Sailor Moon Proplica Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen set by Bandai and Tamashii Nations. This set was just released late last month in Japan, and later this month we will also be getting an international release. So yeah guys, how about we go ahead and start things off by opening up this Tamashii Nations box and taking a look at the packaging. So now we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. Here we have the front of the box with a beautiful image of both the Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen, as well as the words Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen printed in a beautiful shimmery metallic font. Next we have the first side of the box. Then we have the back. And just like with the lip rods and the Prism Heart Compact, this Proplica does come with batteries. Here we have the Toei Animation seal of authenticity that ensures that this product is official. Next we have the second side of the box with a beautiful silhouette of Sailor Moon and a beautifully detailed moon next to her. I really like how that looks. Next we have a little picture on the side with the moonstick displayed with the Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen. Here we have the bottom of the box and the top of the box that looks exactly the same as the bottom. And yeah guys, that is it for the packaging. Now how about we go ahead and open this up and take a look at what's inside. So inside the box you will find both the Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen Proplicas, a display stand that comes in 4 different parts, and an instruction booklet. Just like always, everything is well protected and packaged inside of a clamshell casing inside the outer box. Alright guys, that is it for the contents inside the box. Now we're going to take a look at the instruction booklet, put together the display stand, and then take a look at these beautiful Proplicas here. So now we're going to take a look at the instruction booklet. Here we have the front, which is probably my favorite of the entire booklet because I just love this image of Sailor Moon in mid-transformation. I just think that's a really, really, really gorgeous image. So here's what it looks like when you open it up the first time. On the inside you get a little bit of information about the original Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen toys from 1992. You also get a little bit of information about displaying the Proplica Moonstick with the new Proplica Transformation Brooch and Disguise Pen. And then down here you get a little bit of information about the first season transformation. Here's what it looks like when you open it up for the second time. Here's what it looks like when you open it up for the third time. And here's what it looks like when you open it up for the fourth and final time. Also, I wanted to point out that this is the very first time that we have got a set of English instructions included with a Japanese release. Normally, with Japanese releases directly from Japan, we only get the instructions printed in Japanese. Whereas with the international release that we get about a month later, we get a little sheet of instructions that have been translated from the original Japanese. So this is actually pretty cool that we're getting English instructions directly from Japan, and I really do hope that with future Proplica releases we'll get more English instructions, as that would be incredibly helpful. Alright guys, that is it for the instruction manual, and now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Proplica disguise pen and transformation brooch. So now we're going to take a look at the transformation brooch and disguise pen. First we're going to start off with the transformation brooch. On the edges here we have 4 beautiful stones that represent each of the 4 inner sailor guardians. Up here at the top we have some embellishments. Right underneath those we have a beautiful pearlescent pink stone. And beneath that pink stone we have a crescent moon with some more beautiful embellishments. Also, this moon serves as the activation button whenever you want to play the sounds too, so you just press that. Also wanted to point out that these embellishments that you're seeing here can also be found on the original toy from the 90s. So that's actually pretty cool that they included that on here for a little bit of nostalgia. On the back here we have a few more embellishments as well as 4 stars and a crescent moon that serve as the speaker. Alright guys, that is it for the transformation brooch, and now we're going to take a look at the disguise pen. At the top here we have a beautiful ruby red stone that has been encased in a beautiful gold crown with some smaller red gems on the sides. If we go a little bit further down, we have the portion of the pen that has the clip that allows you to clip the pen to your shirt or maybe the inside of a bag or your purse. If we go down a little bit more, we have this beautiful gold band here that has a button with an insignia that mimics Usagi's brooch with the gem in the middle and the crescent moon underneath. And if we go down a little bit further, we have the bottom portion of the pen that when twisted allows you to write, as this is a real working ballpoint pen. The one thing I wanted to point out about this pen is that unlike the Moonlight Memory series pen, once the ink runs out of this pen, it cannot be replaced. However, that is not necessarily a bad thing because you will still get plenty of use out of this pen as it interacts with the transformation brooch. Alright guys, that is it for the details on the transformation brooch and disguise pen, and now we're going to take a look at the lights and sounds. So now we're going to take a look at the lights and sounds. So the first thing you want to do is go to the back of your transformation brooch and remove the battery cover. And turn the switch from either A mode or B mode, which all the sounds are going to be the same on both modes. It's just that one has a low volume setting and the other has a high volume setting. So I'm going to go with B mode, which is the higher volume setting. And then just replace the battery cover back on. So the transformation brooch has 2 different sound modes other than disguise mode, which we'll get to later. So the first mode consists of the transformation, the intro speech, and the attack with the voice, music, and sound effects, whereas the second mode consists of all 3 of those except with just the music and sound effects and no voice. So I'm going to show you guys the first set of sounds, which includes the voice. So by pressing this button one time, you're going to hear just the music, and by pressing it again, you're going to get the voice and sound effects, and that's the same on all 3 of these different modes. So here's the first sound. And then if you do that again, you're going to get the intro speech. So we double tap for the music and the sound effects. And here is the last sound with the voice, which is Moon Tiara Action. And so to play just the music and not the sound effects and voice, all you have to do is just press the button one time. And it'll just play the music. And then if you want to add the sound effects, you just press it a second time. And to stop the sounds and lights, all you have to do is press the little moon button in the middle of the sequence. So, and then it'll stop, and then you can just, start over. Okay, so to get to the second mode that does not have the voice, but only the music and sound effects, you're gonna hold down the moon button. And that sound will let you know that it has been changed to the mode without voice. So all the sounds and music is going to be the same, except it's just not going to have the voice of Sailor Moon. So here's the first sound. All right, guys, that is it for the first set of sounds. And now I'm going to show you guys the sounds that are included with the disguise mode. And for that, we're going to need to place the transformation brooch back on the stand. And so that sound is going to let you know that the brooch is ready for disguise mode. So the next thing you want to do is take the disguise pen, and you see this little insignia here? That's going to act as your activation button. So what you're going to do is point the disguise pen directly at the transformation brooch and press this button, and that's going to activate all the different lights and sounds. Here's the first sound. And there we get a little bit of dialogue from Usagi saying, "Oh my gosh, unbelievable, it worked." Which I think is actually a really cool little feature they added in there. I like how they kept her dialogue from the anime. It makes it seem much more lifelike. So if we press this button again, we're going to get the next disguise. And here we have the third disguise. And here we have the fourth disguise. There's quite a few of these on here. So yeah, you're gonna get quite a few different disguises from Usagi. All it really is a matter of pressing this button and cycling through them one after the other. And yeah, eventually you're gonna get right back to the first one. So that's just a little sample of the disguise pen mode. Also, another really cool feature is when you have the transformation brooch sitting on the stand getting it ready for the disguise pen, you can actually press this crescent moon button and play the background music for the disguise power transformation mode. So yeah, that's a really interesting feature that they included, and I think that adds a little bit more life to it as well. Alright guys, that is it for the lights and sounds, and now we're going to move on to the final feature, which is displaying this beautiful Proplica set with the moonstick. So like I said before, the disguise pen and transformation brooch can be displayed with the moonstick. I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quick. So on the back of the stand for the transformation brooch and disguise pen, there's going to be a little space here, and what you're going to do is you're going to insert the crescent moon portion of the moonstick in the bottom there, and then that's just going to sit up against that, and then you can just turn it like this, and there you go. Now you can display your new transformation items with the moonstick, which I really do think is a really convenient feature, by the way, especially for collectors, because eventually you can run out of space. So I think this is a really, really cool idea that they included. So yeah, guys, that is it for the Proplica transformation brooch and disguise pen. And that concludes my review of the Sailor Moon Proplica transformation brooch and disguise pen set by Bandai and Tamashii Nations. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care, guys.